For your materials, you are going to have a paper plate, yellow leaves, brown paper, a wooden stick, white glue, and tape. So I am outside collecting my leaves. I'm looking to the ground to see if I can spot any fallen yellow leaves. And I've spotted a few already right here. And I've got my basket. I'm going to be collecting yellow leaves till I think I've had enough to go around my paper plate. We are going to be going around the paper plate twice with our leaves. Happy collecting! How many leaves can you find? And now that I've collected all of my leaves, this is how many I collected that I thought would be enough to wrap around my plate twice. I also have my brown paper, my paper plate, my wooden stick here, and I've got some tape and some white glue here at the ready. So for our first step, we're going to take our paper plate right here and flip it upside down. Then we're going to take our stick, which is going to be our stem, and I'm going to use the tape that I have and just pull off a few pieces. Then using the tape, securing the wooden stick to the back of the plate. Pressing down firmly to make sure that the tape is stuck to the plate. I'm going to add one more piece of tape just to be safe and make sure that my stem isn't going to fall off my flower. Now that I know my plate is going to stay on the stem, we can get ready for our next step, which we are going to prepare our leaves for. I'm going to just dump them out here on my brown paper. And then we can get our glue ready. I have a popsicle stick that I'm going to use and scoop my glue out. Then we're going to layer our glue all around the edge of our paper plate. I started by scooping my glue and then smearing it along the outer edge of my paper plate. And this is where the stem that we taped earlier comes in handy while we're adding the glue. We can hold it in place while we're smearing it on. I'm making sure I've added a good layer of glue to my plate because our next step is going to be adding the petals to our sunflower. If we take a look at them, they kind of look similar to the leaves that we collected. They're both yellow and they kind of look like petals. So that is what we're going to add to our paper plate. I'm going to start separating my leaves and then adding them one by one to the outer edge of my paper plate where we added our glue. And once we start lining them up and adding more leaves, we can start to see our flower take form. Then we're going to go all the way around so that we fill up the entire plate. And now that I have my first layer of leaves down, I'm going to go back in with my white glue and add glue for the second layer of leaves. And I'm adding quite a bit of glue so that I know my leaves are going to stick to the plate. And then we can go in for our second round of leaves. And we can see our flower really starting to form. After I've got my second layer, this is what my flower looks like. Now we can get ready for adding the middle part of our flower. For the middle of our flower, we're going to rip our brown paper into smaller bits We can keep ripping and ripping until we think we have enough to fill the entire middle of our sunflower. I'm just gonna pour a little blob in and spread it around and make sure that the entire middle of the plate is covered in glue. To add a little more texture to the middle part of my sunflower, I'm just gonna squish up my paper to make it look more rough. And now that I've crumpled my brown paper, I can see that I've got more texture to it now. So then I'm going to start adding my paper to the middle part of my sunflower, where the sunflower seeds would go. I'm going to fill in all of the white spaces with my brown paper. And a little tip, if it makes it easier for you, you can just dip your paper or your leaves right into the glue and then stick it on the paper plate. You can gently dip your paper into the glue and then stick it right onto your flower. Now that you've filled in all the white spaces, you now have a paper plate sunflower. And if you would like, you can take some green leaves or grass or some green construction paper and then take your glue, spread it all over the stem, and you can add it onto there. And then once you're happy with your sunflower, you can take it outside and enjoy it in the sun. I hope you all enjoy this craft. Pamapi everyone. Thank you for watching.